Hi guys, it's France. Welcome to week 101 of the Journal on Monday series. I prepped my book by gluing 2 pages on each side together so that the paper is a bit more resistant, and by applying a strip of tissue tape on the fold to protect the rest of the book. Now I'm applying Lindy Stem Gang flat shot over a Finnavar stencil, and I mixed up the flat shot with 2/3 of clear gesso and 1/3 of acrylic glazing fluid. So this is a very thin layer, so it dries very quickly. And just to make sure, I'm going over it with the heat gun. I'm applying some spritz of Starburst, which is a water-based ink with a tiny bit of a shine, and then mixing it up, blending it with water, so that I really have a very soft shine on the back. You cannot even see it, the camera isn't picking it up. Adding some more strips of the tissue tape, and this of course is one from Tim Holtz, and I'm securing it down using decoupage glue to make sure that whatever it is I put on top of it, it won't move or come off the page. To apply color to the background of my paper, I'm going in with Distress ink, and I'm using several shades of blue. Now, if you would like to have all the information about the products that I use, know that I have for each Journal on Monday video a complete listing of products that I use on my blog. And I also have a page on my blog listing every single Journal on Monday that I have ever done. So you can find them all together on my blog. Once I'm done colorizing, I'm using a baby wipe to blend it in just a bit more and to clean up the paints that I already have on my spread. I want that to stay quite clear, and adding some more water splatters to distress it a bit more. Going back in with the darker Starburst to add more visible splatters, and then again some water to soften it down just a tiny bit. Using my finger, I'm applying a bit of gesso to have the fiber of the paper peek through the distress ink. So I'm not really moving the distress ink around, I'm just adding some highlights and trying to have the fiber of the paper react. I am, however, trying to tone down the tissue tape that's on the paper. It really is very light, some very light touches of gesso. This is another flat shot, and this time I'm using it to tone down the tissue tape even more and to make it work with the rest of the spread. And as I'm at it, I can add some shading using that color on the rest of the page. This is a project that I made for Stem Boutique, and it took me about an hour to get the whole spread done. Going in with a charcoal pencil, I'm giving a bit of a shade to each circle, and then using a blending stump, I'm blending it in. I want to add some contrasting stamping, but I don't want it to be black or brown, so I'm using this color box Cat's Eyes that has a metallic shine to it. And I'm stamping it using my design cube. Fixing the ink on the paper. using my heat gun. And now I want to add some more shadings to the circles, so I'm using pen pastels to do this. And I'm really going in with only earthy tones. I'm happy with the background, so I can finally add my focal image, and this is a Stamp Boutique stamp, of course, which I'm stamping using archival ink. This is just a gorgeous butterfly. And I'm using distress ink to colorize it, so I'm stamping my distress ink on an acrylic block, and then using a water brush, I'm picking up the distress ink to apply it on the butterfly. This is a fun process to do, so I'm really taking my time to do this. As I want to add some darker shadings than the distress ink can offer me, I'm going in with an Inktense water-soluble pencil. So just adding some shadings here and there to the butterfly and completing the stamping that is missing at the bottom of his wing. And then again, going in with the water brush, I'm blending it together with the distress ink and softening it down in the design. Again, as I do have a lot going on in the background and I do want my butterfly to pop off the page, I'm giving it a layer of Glimmer glaze. And this is just a translucent version of it, but it will make the colors much more vibrant. It will enrich the colors. This spread was inspired by a song called Ages. The name of the group is a bit hard to pronounce. It's Arstidir. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. So I'm stamping the word Ages using my Stampatic alphabet using archival ink. And again, to make the letters pop from the page, I'm giving them a layer of Glimmer glaze. This makes the letter look like rub-ons instead of simple stamping on the paper. Using a black and white uniball, I'm adding some journaling around the circle. And using only the white uniball, I'm adding some accents to the letters and the butterfly to give them some more dimension. This is a pretty flat page for my doing. Going back in with the pen pastel for the edges. And this will allow me to add some very deep shading to all the edges by blending them using just a dry cloth. So I'm not using any fixative on here because I'm taking most of the pen pastel off again, except for the pen pastel that's trapped in the fibers of the paper. And then using a bit of a lighter color, I'm going deeper into the page. To finalize the page, I decided to highlight a couple of words from the text, just using a charcoal pencil and blending stump. And I needed my kneadable eraser to clean up the words after blending the charcoal pencil to make sure that it was clear that that's the word that I wanted to highlight. That's it for today, so if you liked today's video, don't forget to hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope you realize how much both are very much appreciated. And I'll see you back next week. See you there. Bye bye.